Hey there, marketers. You're listening to the Son of a Pitch podcast, where modern marketing strategy is broken down into clear, practical ideas you can actually use. I'm your host, Kenneth Priestley. If you've ever tried answering a seemingly simple question like, how engaged are our members? You've probably discovered it's anything but simple. The answer is often spread across your AMS, your email platform, your event software, your website analytics, your community platform, and maybe even a few spreadsheets. Today's episode is about why association data naturally ends up in silos and why that makes growth harder than it needs to be. This episode is brought to you by CGE Insights. CGE Insights helps associations turn scattered data into member intelligence that tracks engagement patterns, identifies friction points, spots early disengagement, and gives your team clearer next steps. Schedule your personalized demo at cgeinsights.com. Most associations didn't intentionally create disconnected systems. They evolved into them. The AMS manages membership. The email platform measures communications. The website measures visitors. The event platform tracks registrations. Finance tracks dues. Each system is doing exactly what it was designed to do. The problem is, none of them were designed to explain the complete member experience. Each platform tells you one chapter, but leadership needs the whole story. When information lives in separate systems, something happens. People become the integration. Marketing exports spreadsheets, membership reconciles reports, leadership waits for monthly summaries. Teams spend hours collecting information instead of acting on it. The hidden cost isn't just inefficiency, it's delayed decisions. And delayed decisions often mean missed opportunities. By the time you realize that a member is disengaging, they've often been disengaging for months. Here's something worth remembering. Most associations don't have a data problem. They have a context problem. They're collecting information, they're just collecting it in different places. Imagine trying to understand someone's health by looking at their blood pressure, or their heart rate, or only their sleep. Each measurement matters, but none tell the whole story. The same is true for members. One email click doesn't explain engagement. One event registration doesn't explain loyalty. Context transforms information into understanding. Executive directors don't usually ask for more dashboards. They ask questions like, which members are becoming less engaged? Which programs create the most long-term value? Where are we losing prospective members? What's driving renewals? Those aren't reporting questions. They're intelligence questions, and intelligence requires connecting information across systems. Imagine being able to see a member's journey instead of isolated activities. You notice they visited your website 3 times, they downloaded a resource, they opened 4 newsletters, attended a webinar, skipped the last 2 events, stopped returning to the website. Individually, those actions don't tell you much. Together, they reveal a pattern, and patterns are where better decisions begin. There's an important difference between collecting data and creating insight. Information answers what happened. Insight answers what does that mean? And perhaps most importantly, what should we do next? Associations and nonprofits that make that shift stop reacting to member behavior and they begin anticipating it. Here's a question to think about. If one of your most valuable members quietly began disengaging today, would your systems recognize it? Or would they simply continue recording isolated activities without ever connecting the dots? If there's one idea to leave with today, it's this. Data becomes valuable when it tells a complete story. The more connected your understanding becomes, the better intentional your decisions can be. That wraps up today's episode of Son of a Pitch. If this episode changed the way you think about association data, share it with someone responsible for membership, marketing, or executive leadership. Next week, we're going to explore how associations can unify data from their AMS, CRM, marketing platforms, and website into one clear view of the member journey. We'll see you next week.